Today we are breaking ground in partnership with Jericho Road Home Initiative on the new Isle de Jean Charles development here. And this development signifies so much more than just housing. This is the resettlement of a community that was losing land related to erosion. And for us to be able to come on phase 2 to build brand new homes here in partnership with the Office of Community Development, Louisiana Housing Corporation, and Jericho Road, to be able to not only build the structure, but to create home. More than just housing, we're creating home, we're keeping communities together, and with the investment of $5 million from the Louisiana Housing Corporation, the investment from our partners at HUD, we're able to make this happen today. And I can't think of a better project that shows the testament of why we do what we do every day at our various agencies.
Today is the celebration of the beginning of construction of 19 homes, and we will ultimately build 27 homes for residents who will be relocated from Ile de Jean Charles. It is a partnership of many partners, including Jericho Road, Comex Construction, Louisiana Housing Corporation, the Office of Community Development, HUD, and Louisiana Land Trust, and Enterprise Community Partners. All of these generous partners have come together to make this project a reality, to help resettle the community that is facing many challenges due to coastal erosion and climate change. Hopefully, when we're done, we'll have a community that looks very much like the community that they're leaving, that all of those families and friends can still be here together and be there for one another. Welcome, everyone, to the groundbreaking for New Ile de Jean Charles, Phase 2.
Here we are. We've built houses for all the folks from Ile de Jean Charles, but the dream of this is to bring that community back together, and that has always been like the hard next step. How are we going to make that happen? And I'm perfectly honest with you, I never really knew how it would all come together. I didn't know all the team members that it would take. I only know that in my office we talk a lot about when you want to do big things, you got to have a big team, and we got a big team. We've Jericho Road, Enterprise Community Partners, HUD, Louisiana Housing Corporation, and the list goes on. And it takes all those people to make this come together and let us start to realize the next step of this process, because the next step is just as critical as the first step. Yes, we got those folks in a safe place to live. Now we got to start bringing this community back together. And this is the first step in that. And I'm so thankful for everybody who's had a role in that.
But really excited to be here. This is, as Pat said, a testament to collaboration. I definitely want to obviously recognize our legislative delegation and the partners that we have at the state. OCD really took the lead in this project overall, and we would not be here without our partnership with, as I like to fondly call them, my sister agency, and love the work that we're able to do. Our partners here from HUD, we wouldn't have been able to make the investment. We're glad to be able to have invested $5 million of home dollars into this to create 19 homes. And then those 19 homes are going to be a gift that keeps on giving. The proceeds from those 19 homes are going to create another 8 homes, which will be 27 homes. But even in that, with our investment, we weren't able to do it alone. Our friends at Enterprise were able to give this project a line of credit that also helped to be able to make it work. And so it's the old saying, where there is a will, there is a way. And when partners are willing to come together, be intentional about making sure that we keep Ile de Jean Charles and its people together, this is how great things happen. And so we're just glad to be able to play a small part in this. And again, thank you to our partners at OCD and everyone who played a part into this, but also Jericho for stepping up. Jericho, last but not least, their work in this and their willingness to step up. Their work not just here, but all across New Orleans and the surrounding areas as a Chodo doing development. They are the partners that work hand in hand with us, and often the hands and feet to the dollars that we provide. And so Nicole and all the Jericho team, thank you very much.
Next up, a partner whose funding is paying for everything, not just the houses we've built, not just the land that all this is on, the commercial development up front, the funds that are going to go to help folks get in these houses, even if their income wouldn't otherwise support it. HUD has been a partner through this from the very beginning. They created the program first, a very, very innovative program to give money for us to do innovative things. And here we are, and they have bent over backwards to do things, let us do things that are a little bit out of their comfort zone. And I can't appreciate it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Tammy Fowler, thank you.
Yes, it takes a village, right, to get all this done. And super excited to be here today, and thank you, Nicole, for the invite, and glad we could all make our way out here today. So I don't know if all of you knew, but the $48 million that was awarded by HUD, we were one of 10 states that actually got the funding for this. And this is the first time in history that the federal government has actually taken the funding to relocate a group of individuals. So this is exciting. This is like historical moments that are going on right now, and you know, I couldn't be prouder. And one of the things I think that I've heard in some of the videos that you actually shared with me, and I was listening to them again on the way down, is as I learned so much from it, is like, if you know my mom and dad, you're family. Well, all of you are family to HUD, and we are invested in this community, we're invested in this state, and could not be more excited about the changes that we're going to see here in the community, being able to bring back this culture back to the community into one place. So we're super excited, glad that we could be here today. And I just want to say on behalf of Secretary Fudge, welcome home.
Good morning, I'm David Duplantier, Chair of the Road of Jericho Road, Chair of the Board of Jericho Road, and a great honor to be part of this important day. You know, and as the floodwaters of Katrina were beginning to recede, the National Episcopal Church gave our cathedral in New Orleans some significant funding to begin to work on eventually redeveloping the neighborhood around the cathedral that had not so much been decimated, but that was a place that needed affordable housing. And we knew from the beginning our value would be not just to build houses for people, but to really rebuild and create again community. The work started in Central City right behind the cathedral, and we took the name Jericho Road not just because it's a scriptural name, but mostly because based on Martin Luther King Jr.'s 1967 speech Beyond Vietnam, where he said, you know, we must come to understand that true compassion is more than just flinging a coin to a beggar. It's transforming the whole Jericho Road so that men and women will no longer be beaten and robbed as they make their way through life. And that was our core goal from the beginning, to not just provide housing, but to create community, to rebuild community where it had been and to recreate it where it hadn't been. And as we've moved beyond New Orleans into Jefferson Parish, and now this amazing opportunity to touch a whole different part of the state. And the bottom line for us is always, it's been said several times, for humans to make progress and to move forward, it takes partnership, cooperation, and mutual respect. And those are certainly the core values of Jericho Road. And as we hear it, I think they're the core values of all of us as we work here together. So I am so thankful for every partner, and I am just so moved at what we will see coming to fruition in the coming years. So thank you very much.
We're the silent partner in this. Louisiana Land Trust is a subrecipient of Office of Community Development, and have worked to develop the other portion of this development. And I met Nicole Barnes. I just want to give kudos to Nicole about 2 years ago in one of those lawyer meetings. I'm a lawyer. And we were kind of planning how this is going to happen for Jericho. And her enthusiasm was just enlightening and just really infectious. And I just want to say this project is in good hands with Nicole. And you know, as a lawyer, we set up all the legal instruments, all the cooperative endeavor agreements, the restrictions, etc. Won't bore you with all those details, but I'm just the team member. But on behalf of Mike Taylor, we're exceptionally excited to be handing off to Jericho Housing.
So on behalf of Enterprise Community Partners and Enterprise Community Loan Fund, which is the arm of Enterprise, which has made a $1 million construction line of credit, which will help to facilitate and make this process more efficient and work better. We couldn't be more excited to be here. We've had the privilege of partnering with OCD, as Pat said, and with LHC for going on 15 more years since Katrina, and we've had the opportunity to partner with and support Jericho Road for a similar length of time, and they've just been an incredible partner. They're the core of the kind of organization that Enterprise was founded to support and to work with, an organization that's rooted in their community, that's mission driven, that's really cares about the residents of the communities where they work, and so all of those are obviously on display with this project. Two of the things that are very exciting for us, that are some context for how we're partnering with Jericho Road in this context, is that there are two initiatives that we've been working on recently. One's called the CDO Fund, which is a group of 12 community-based organizations in and around New Orleans. We've supported them with over $2 million in grants and consulting support over the last few years. Jericho Road is a member of that CDO fund. And then we're very excited about an initiative that we're working on called the Equitable Path Forward, which is a national initiative. We've got about 70 partners across the country, which are developers, both nonprofit and for-profit, that are led by people of color. And the organizing principle behind that is to try and make sure we're providing access to capital and access to opportunity and opportunities to grow and opportunities to impact community. And so that's another context in which we're very proud to be working with Jericho Road, as well as another 4 Louisiana-based organizations among 70 across the country. We've had the opportunity to deliver over $250 million in capital to those organizations across the country, including this loan, and we're really excited to see where this goes, and we're really excited to see where Jericho Road goes with this project and with the rest of their incredibly impactful and incredibly important work. So thank you, Nicole.
So, good morning, everyone. It is an honor for me to be here today celebrating the groundbreaking of this amazing project, as it is the new aisle. We know it's not a secret that affordable housing is one of the biggest issues right now in the country, and the fact that we are addressing this, it is really important for us. And as a woman-owned business, we have partnering with Nicole and Kim and Jericho Road has been great. We've been doing this for over 10 years together, which I feel really proud. And today I would like to commemorate this day by giving you some Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you, Angelica.
Hold it up, Nicole.
I'm sorry. I'm so bad about the pictures. Y'all have to direct me. So. The progress that we've made as an organization, the types of projects that we always want to work on, the impact that we want to make on the communities and the families that we work with. I am gonna take a little license. I think back to when I first started working in home ownership, and I always tell this story because it's one that affected me so. One of the first people that I helped to buy a house, and literally I've helped hundreds of people buy houses since that time. The lady who was buying the house didn't believe it could happen for her. She was a working mother, single mother. She had 2 kids, but she didn't think that she could ever own a home. And likely without the assistance, all the things that we bring to bear to get people to that point, to get them mortgage ready, to find the assistance to help them to do that, it probably would not have. But she was so afraid that it was not going to happen that she didn't tell anyone in her family that she was buying a house because she was afraid it wasn't going to happen. And the day she closed, she picked up her daughters from school and took them home to their house. I still to this day, I almost want to cry because that's the reason why we're here. That is the reason why we do what we do. It's the reason why we focus on community. And to bring it full circle, the last homeowner that we just closed on a couple of weeks ago for Jericho Road was the same situation. She's a 63-year-old grandmother. She never thought she would be able to own a house. She always wanted to own her own home. She didn't tell anyone in her family until the day of closing that she was closing because she did not believe it was true or it could be true. And that is the hardest part of what we do. It feels hard putting together the capital stack, bringing together all the partners to get the money to build a house, but actually working with families who might not ever have an opportunity to own a home and getting them to that point, not only owning it, but being able to maintain and retain that home. That is what we strive for every day, and it's the thing that keeps us going even when it gets hard. We've talked about partners all day, but we could not do it with all of the partners that are here and all the partners that we've consistently worked with. Enterprise has supported us phenomenally over the years. Our partnerships with LAC, our new partnership with OCD, with HUD, with all of the funds that they provide for all of the different projects that we build. I want to thank my team because everybody said Nicole, but believe me, Nicole is not Nicole. Nicole is standing on the shoulders of a phenomenal team. I want everybody who works for Jericho Road to stand up. Our team, from everyone on our administrative team, our workforce development team, to Kim Washington, who most of the people, the partners here, work with, because she is very key. Our director of asset management, who has worked tirelessly on getting to this point of closing and getting to groundbreaking on Ile de Jean Charles, and the work is just beginning. Actually, it felt like it's been a couple of years, and it frankly has been a few, but the real work begins, but the most rewarding work begins. We're hoping that the first houses will be finished and available for the first families by Christmas. So that's a wonderful present. And I just can't say enough. Oh, I forgot Mark Schroeder, our architect, who's out. One of the things that Jericho Road prides itself on is that we build a house that we will want to live in. Because you're building affordable housing doesn't mean that you just build anything. And so we put in all of the things that we know are attractive to homeowners, and also that will help them to maintain their homes. Make sure that they're resilient. We make sure that these are homes that will take less maintenance or require less maintenance, so therefore it's more affordable for our families. I promised I was going to not go over 3 minutes. I know I'm over, and I can't help myself, because one of the things that I'm known for is about how passionately I feel about the work that we do in the community that we serve. And we feel so very blessed to be a part of this project and to be working with the residents in New Isle to create and recreate the community that they've always lived in and loved. Without further ado, I think we're going to go ahead and turn the dirt, because I know it is getting hotter by the minute.
1, 2, 3.
This project right now will finish out about half of the available spots. We've got just this many on the other side of the bayou, and this is one of the safest places in Terrebonne Parish, and we want to make sure it's one of the most beautiful places in Terrebonne Parish. We want to make sure that it provides a place for people to get housing here that's safe and high and dry.
I think with all of the climate change that we're having, not just in this area, but the other parts of the Bayou State and the Gulf Coast, with the climate resilience and all the changes that are going on, this is going to be a replicate model that we can actually take and actually redevelop and replicate in other communities.
I think anytime that we take care of Louisianians, it's a testament and example to other Louisianians that government works for you, government listens to you, and we'll step up to the plate to be able to take care of our people. And so this is a testament that housing and the ability to provide housing and affordable housing is something that's key, it's something that's needed, and it's something that the state will deliver on.